based franchises are not seen because they don't appear from the outside sexy, but it's not about being sexy. It's about, is this business going to be profitable and give me also my life? And we'll talk about that a bit as well. So you've been in business a long time and
Long time.
yep, around Gutter-Vac. What things have you seen over that time in Gutter-Vac that have changed, improved, particularly in technology and how things have progressed? How have you had to use that technology and those thoughts and use it in Gutter-Vac to actually grow to that next level?
Well, I suppose what you said was the answer as well as the question.
Okay.
Technology has been the thing. So when we started Gutter-Vac, there was no internet. You know, there was computers. We had a computer, and actually we had in Bundaberg, we were one of the first plumbing businesses to have a computer. We were second, and we had this computer, and it cost me. Now this will blow your mind. It cost me $7,500, right? At the time, you could buy a Peter Brock 5-litre Tirana for $5,500. So that gives you an idea of what that computer was worth. It ran on 17 hertz, which is a bit like, pushing a wheelbarrow with a ton of bricks up a hill. It's slow, and ran on DOS, keystrokes. So no software. Then this thing, the internet came along. We plugged it into our phone system and had that all that stuff happening. We'd only just got mobile phones. We were at that point using UHF radio. So every day was this, oh my God, what? I mean, faxes were the thing. Believe it or not, there's still companies that have got faxes. But anyway, we won't go there. So the fax was this miracle thing. The mobile phone was a marvel. And then this internet thing turned up. And my goodness, how was that going to work? We had our own server, which was always breaking down. And so technology has been the thing. I think one of the good things about us is Anne, is my wife, by the way. She has this terminology about continuous improvement. So she has never stopped pushing the business into new places, finding every little crevice and pushing us in there. Because we didn't have a marketing fund, it's always been interesting to see how we market. But because this business is a word-of-mouth business, and really go to your local barbecue or, talk to people. People stopped coming to my house because or stopped inviting me to their place because I wouldn't stop talking about Gutter-Vac and trying to drum up business, So the technology's one. Embracing technology has always been a good thing. But here we are doing a podcast, the first one I've ever done. I'm 71 years old this year, and the business has been going for 25 years. We started it in 1995, and this is the first podcast. So, we're not afraid of learning, Trace. It's technology for the equipment hasn't changed a lot. And, we have franchise partners that say, well, when are you going to improve the equipment? I'd love to, but there's actually nothing out there that is better than what we've got. Yeah. There's some different, but not better. The signage we've got it sort of tells a story. We're talking about that at the moment. Do we re-sign? Do we rebrand? I'm against it, but but that's a discussion we have here. Our office used to be 2 and then 5 and then 10 and we've got 16. Where will that end? I don't know. We do what we've got to do. So really, the customers haven't changed, the job hasn't changed, the business hasn't, the margins have, and that's simply because everything around us has gone up, so it's gone up. If houses were still 150 grand, we'd still be cleaning gutters for $85. So, I think that's. I don't know, it's hard to answer, but it's easy to answer. Nothing's really changed.
Yeah. And I think that's what you've probably, from my perspective, you've done well is you don't just jump on the technology bandwagon. You actually go, well, will this actually improve the business? But I think what it also proves is that technology doesn't mean you're all of a sudden you grow your business. You grew a business before there was an internet even available, before people could Google things, and you were still successful then. And so now it's just helped people move further forward quicker. So I know in Gutter-Vac, sort of change path a little bit here, Gutter-Vac has a really strong peer-to-peer support system. And I think that's the key for anyone going to any franchise group is how well do the franchisees talk and help each other? Are they actually a support network? They're not competing against each other. They actually want to help and grow. What sort of things have you put in place to make sure that you're helping the franchisees have that best peer-to-peer support for greater success and greater profitability?
Yeah. So when a franchise partner comes on, we invite them into a Facebook page that's a closed Facebook page just for franchise partners, and they talk to each other. Of course, WhatsApp has become a very popular networking tool. So we've found that the Victorian guys have a Victorian WhatsApp, which we're not included in. So they get to talk privately and anonymously to each other. And New South Wales, I think, has the same. And we don't get involved in that because we try not to have any conflict in that way. I mean, my philosophy has always been by consultation, not confrontation. So if we can do that, then it's a good thing. I think it's great franchise partners talk to each other and help each other, and they are constantly doing that. You'll see a post on Facebook, I've got to do a quote on this building. Anyone got any help, So that is very strong. We see it at conference, really strong at conference. They all get together. We facilitate that with different workshop networking type things. They love a drink, most of them. One of the few conferences where you have 3 hangovers in 2 days, but anyway, we won't go there. But it's they do like to network with each other, and they get on. So we don't put any barriers up. Every franchise territory is built on postcodes, so none of our marketing or advertising can bleed into somebody else's territory accidentally. So if somebody rings the 1300 number, it's linked to a postcode. That postcode goes to that franchisee. It can't mistakenly go to somebody else. So, and we strongly discourage any franchise partner working in somebody else's territory.
So you're eliminating that competition out of things. They're actually wanting to help each other. How important is the role, any good franchise group will have a franchisee advisory council, where they're working with the franchisor in behalf of the franchisees. And you have your GAC, the Gutter-Vac Advisory Council. How important do you see that as a role within, making sure franchisees are supported and they're able to actually, have some control in the business and help and, in the direction?